Okay, I am slowly unpacking from the Cheer Flea Market, but I laid out the things that I have unpacked, including that suitcase and hat and stuff. So I got those bags and that art to still undo. And then we have some art. Oh, this box is from, well, I'll just show you the outside of I got a bunch of these Christmas glasses, but this box is from that estate sale that I went to that wasn't really very advertised, and it was basically name your price. So these are the things that I grabbed because they were virtually free. I did get some crystal pieces. Oh, here's another box of those glasses. I got a whole tote of some that weren't in boxes, and then just different glasses. This is a different set. Most of them I think were Christmas, so it will be things that I'm gonna have to store. This is a little candle that I thought was cute. And then this Santa is a candle too. This I thought was different because I've had these frames. That one says Mexico, but I've never had them where they're framed. Normally it's just like clear plastic. I did grab some books again just because they were basically free, and I love them for height variants. I think this is either a blanket or a shawl. Looks like I should just take it upstairs and put it in the washing machine. Got a pair of black scissors. I got a big clip. This flower candy dish. This is the same kind of glasses that are in the boxes. And then I got a couple like metal hearts. So these aren't hooked together, but then I got some more that have small hearts like in the middle, and they're hooked together. Hey guys, in anticipation for getting a booth, I'm getting way too much crap. So I'm going to tell myself to slow down a little bit on buying, get the stuff that I have actually processed. So I've been putting things I'm saving for the booth in totes. I haven't been pricing them as I go, which I wish I was. But the reason is because I don't have tags from Brass Armadillo. And even if I did have tags, I wouldn't know what booth number I was going to be in. So kind of for those reasons, I am just putting it in a tote, and I will have to go through and price everything once I know when I have a booth and what the booth number will be. And at least I'll just have to price it and then put it right back. So things will be ready to go. Otherwise, I have things that I need to get listed on the website, and I have, of course, things that I want to keep. So today is kind of about processing all of this crap that I have down here. This is kind of where Cash hangs out with his friends, but also Mom puts her crap. So here are some things that I've picked up at a couple different flea markets that I need to process. Actually, the peach cutting board is on the website already. And then I've started kind of sorting, unloading, taking out of bags the things that I got at a flea market. And then over in the corner, I also have things that I thrifted and also got from a flea market, and then I need to deal with that. This hat, if you watched my little reel going to Cheer Flea Market, I had that I Love Iowa on. I bought it to sell, and then excuse Cash's socks over there. I bought it to sell, and then I didn't have a hat because somebody took it out of the truck, and I had to wear that so I didn't get sunburned. I've got quite a few things piled up over here in this corner that I need to go through. Hey, we went and picked up Kyler on Friday. Yes, I'm still in my PJs. And I made Matt go thrifting with me on the way. And here are the things that I picked up. This is faux paper punch, but I thought it was funny. This is actually an old cooler, but I thought, oh, even if I can't find the insert, because it was $6.99, actually this was 30% off, I think. It would be very cool as a planter. I got a couple of these risers because Brooke's gonna have a garage sale, and so I decided I wanted to be able to put my folding tables up higher. I paid $8 for this, but it is flippin' cute, and I decorate a lot with these trophy cups. So I got that. This I got for the wedding. I got 3 things of stone grates, sconces. I've been picking up tons of frames. I got a clipboard and a chalkboard. I got this little faux topiary, salt and pepper shakers. There's a little chip here, but I don't care. A tea. This was at the thrift store. What did I even pay? $4.99. Wooden cat measure holder. Oops. String holder. Check out this heart shelf, and it's actually one that has like a lithe edge, which I feel like is different. A cool flower frog, a string holder, if I didn't say that already. This little box I thought was super cute. Another container for the wedding. I guess this picture is upside down, but I just love the coloring on that. These are 4 like pencil sketches that are framed, but I love the gold and black. And then I got that one. And then check out this shelf that I got. Nothing is broken on it, amazingly. And even though we needed the space in the truck for all of Kyler's stuff from the dorm room, I made Matt let me get it. And then look at this brass duck. Okay, you can see the tote next to it. It's taller than the tote. I got this on Facebook Marketplace with 2 swans that are even better than this one, because this one, it's solid brass, but it's not marked on the bottom. And the swans have their old, oh, now I'm not even gonna be able to think of what the company was, like Ethan Allen maybe? I did get this little cigar holder and a candle snuffer. Okay, I have just been busy pricing things and putting price tags on them and then moving them into a tote so that I am ready to go for my garage sale, pop-up sale. I should not call it a garage sale because I definitely do not have garage sale prices. But after that, I'm going to do a little show for the Central Iowa Junk Jaunt that following weekend. So trying to get everything ready to go. Okay, guys, I am working on pricing things and trying to get geared up for the weekend. So I went to a garage sale she is a reseller, but she mainly sells books. And yeah, her prices were very high. I mean, reasonable, like, don't get me wrong, but she had it called a garage sale. So anyway, it makes me feel better about doing this sale because I'm calling it a pop-up. Hopefully people understand that my prices are not going to be garage sale prices either. I don't know if that makes sense. She was advertising it as a garage sale, but her prices are going to be the same as mine. So anyway, that's what I'm doing today. Last night and this morning, we have had so many thunderstorms, like craziness. So last night I set up all the tables and tried to decide how I was going to arrange things. I'm still gonna haul up a few more pieces of furniture from the basement, but this kind of gives you an idea. I'm gonna move that outside, put a round table here for a checkout with our folding chairs or whatever. And then I'm gonna start just setting up all this small stuff. So luckily, my husband was willing to carry all of this up from the basement. I mean, I helped too, but still, it's an ordeal. So once I get things set up, then I'll kind of decide how much more small stuff I'm gonna try and get priced. That cabinet would be awesome, but I do not have any shelves for it. So I called around to get some, like back in Centerville, my hometown where we did live, and no one there does plate glass anymore. So I need to call somebody here locally and see how much it's gonna cost. Because I did find a couple pieces that could work on Facebook Marketplace, and they're only $5 each, but I would have to drive and get them. So haven't decided if I want to do that or not. And I really just haven't, made the investment or made the decision to actually get started on committing to getting the shelves, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm lazy, I'm putting it off. It's now 4:30 in the afternoon. I've gotten the rest of the furniture and like big pieces that I'm using hauled up from the basement. I might put a mirror on this and use it for another table. But I've only got like a couple more totes to empty. It's not like totally perfect or anything. I tried really hard to just put things somewhere and leave it and not worry too much about like decorating and styling just right, because you guys know how I am. I could change things around 50 million times. So this is more of a throw it together, which is especially unique because I have not had a booth or a brick and mortar in a while. And this is where we're gonna do checkout. And so my quick staging is kind of out of practice. But check out all the display cases that I have. There was one bigger one over there, but it's a lot of glass for me, but it does give me lots of spots to put things. I am gonna hang something on that shelving that we have to kind of cover up the garage stuff. I was gonna use more drop cloths, but then once I put them up, I decided I didn't like them. So I have a few more things, art mainly, to bring up from the basement. But for the most part, we are done. Now, I just pray that I sell some stuff, people actually show up, and I'm not like repacking all of this to put it down in the basement. So that is my son's coffee table, and then I have one of his rugs. And the bummer thing is that him and Matt went golfing yesterday, and it rained, and Kellen had it in the back of his truck. And so now the really nice coffee table is not so nice anymore. So I will try and do a little walk around when I get done tomorrow. Okay, I've sold a couple things. It's not quite 8 o'clock yet, and I said I would be open at 8. and we've had 2 customers. It is gorgeous today. Looks like rain and hail tomorrow, so that's not exciting. But here's kind of what we got going on. I've put out a few more things this morning, things that I needed to just get price tags on, find a spot for. So this is where we are at right now. And I sold my money box, so I'm kind of bummed about that. Oh, I need to get price tags on those Pillsbury's. I feel like there's one more thing that I'm needing a price tag on. But I feel like it turned out well. To think that I have all of this stuff crammed down in my basement is kind of amazing, right? I do have all these display pieces were up here, and I borrowed a lot. That coffee table and then the jute rug out here are my son's. He was trying to sell them on Marketplace and not having any luck, so we decided to throw them in here for today. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. If you see anything that you like, just message me and I can let you know if it's still available or not. And then we can go from there as far as getting it shipped to you. My website is not behaving correctly. It is not calculating like shipping correctly. Heavy things particularly, it's like something cost $85 to ship and my website calculated it at like $12, and it's like, no. That's a huge discrepancy. So trying to have my VA figure out what the heck is going on there, but wanted to do another little walk around so you could see some things. I do have quite a few pieces of furniture, which really probably should just put in my own house, but can only have so much. Okay, so last night I had planned on working down here in the basement and getting things reorganized, and I got a pack to get ready for Central Iowa Junk Jaunt. I'm setting up at the conference room of the Mildford house. But surprise, my oldest was moving and wanted us to help. So he says he told my husband. My husband at least did not have it on the calendar and has no recollection that we were supposed to help him move. So last night I was up even later than normal helping him and did not get any of this tackled. So after work today, I'm not going to worry about this disaster down here. I already have some things packed and ready to go in the garage, but I need to finish packing for that because I'm probably going to have about half of the stuff that I had at my pop-up and then half stuff new, like that wasn't out. Just so if there's people that shopped here and then are going to shop Mildford House, then they will have new things to look at. So turn the camera around so you can see the disaster zone currently. So basically all of this has to get re-Tetrised into the storage room, but that's not really something someone else can do. That's something that I have to do. So it's really not that bad because I did get started yesterday, but I had planned on being done, and now I need to do this. So, and I'll just show you the basement garage. So this stuff is furniture, so it's gonna stay here because it's stuff I'm gonna have for the booth. This stuff will go back to the basement, but not until I have floor space. And then this stuff is packed up for the Central Iowa Junk Jaunt. This was my son's rug that I was trying to sell for him since they were moving. And then there's stuff on this table that I want to pack up, I think, for the Junk Jaunt. So how did the pop-up sale go? Well, it went pretty good. It went well enough that I'm going to do it again probably in August and October is kind of the game plan. I don't think necessarily that having the garage sale, neighborhood garage sales helped me because I don't think it got advertised very well. And so we didn't have a lot of people show up, just from like listening to normal customers who normally shop our subdivision. They said it was dead. And then a lot of people who are supposed to set up for the garage sales, because it started raining Saturday morning, they closed up shop, and then it stopped raining, but they never reopened. So the subdivision wasn't very busy. And really the people who actually like bought stuff, because again, I'm not garage sale prices, were people who saw my ad and knew it wasn't going to be garage sale prices. So that's one thing. The other thing is that I think I got exposed to new people, and so they will become good shoppers, I feel like, because they know they can order something on the website and do porch pickup. So, and just more people to follow me on social. So I feel like that was good. So it's good exposure and marketing for me. And then what else was I going to say? I made some cash, so that's always nice. And I was going to have to haul a lot of this stuff up here anyway to pack tomorrow for the Central Iowa Junk Jaunt. So at least it was up here and I got to sell a little bit more. So hopefully that makes sense. I feel like there's something else I was going to say, but my neighbor's leaving and now I'm distracted. I loaded the truck strategically so that we could unload it and have a good system. So we took the tables and set them up and then put all the totes underneath. I did bring some table risers with me for one table and some bifold doors to stand up that I could nail into and hang artwork. I put the bookcase up on a table, and then I made some more shelving with more bifold doors that I had disassembled and put on stools and crates. Okay, here's a couple hours later. Here's what we're working with. I might bring some suitcases and some bigger things just to set underneath the tables, but I am getting close to being done. The stuff on this table, and there's a little bit on the floor here I need to finish up. The family that owns the Mildford Schoolhouse lives on the third floor, and then This is the ballroom that they have a bunch of vendors set up in for the Junk Jaunt. I think there were 36 vendors in total throughout the schoolhouse. So these were just for the Junk Jaunt. The conference room where I was is just for the Junk Jaunt. And then the lower level is filled with vendors that have monthly sales. This is the little kitchen that the Airbnbs share. There's a little dining room area. There's a deck with a hot tub, and the Airbnbs are giant and they have a private bathroom. She has the entire school decorated so cute, year round. And then plus all of the goodies that the vendors have brought. It really creates an awesome atmosphere. After the first night, we met up with my parents at Principal Park and check out the rainbow. Okay, it's 5 in the morning on Father's Day, or 5:45. Hubby could not sleep, and so that means I couldn't fall back asleep, and so I'm up here trying to put all of the things back in the storage room organized. I'll link a video here where I have shared with you how I organize all the stuff on the website, and really haven't Tetrised back here very well, and it's not been so fun trying to take all the things that I've pulled out the last 2 weekends for my pop-up here in my garage and for sitting up at the Mildford Schoolhouse for Central Iowa Junk Jaunt. So we still have not unpacked the truck from the Central Iowa Junk Jaunt. Got home last night and I just didn't want to do it. So it's all up in the truck. Once I get what's down here cleared out, then we'll unload the truck. We'll put it in the storage room, or I will put it in the storage room. And then we have some furniture still upstairs that we need to in the garage to put down here in the lower level. And then Cash can get his car back in the garage. So that's what we're doing today.